back here with us on Overdrive. Now, BMW has been leading in the luxury electric car segment in India, and the fifth product to join this merry bandwagon is the top spec model of the i5, which has come in via the CBU route. Now, slotting between the i4 and the i7, will the i5 have many takers in the Indian market? Let's find out.
Whenever we talk about electric vehicles, two words or maybe two terms come into picture. One is instantaneous torque. The other is obviously the range anxiety or the charging infrastructure. These electric vehicles are fast, exciting. The soundtracks, which are synthetic. The acceleration, which is really good. I've driven so many exciting electric vehicles. But rarely I've driven that kind of car, which made me so emotional that I felt like calling my auto nut friends, and I wanted to discuss the acceleration, the surge, emotional part of this drive. BMW i5 M60 xDrive is that kind of car. And as I mentioned, this car evokes many emotions, especially while driving. So let's focus on that part first. How does it look on paper? The motor produces 601 PS of power and 795 Nm of torque, with a figure of 0 to 100 in just 3.8 seconds. The top speed figure is 230 km per hour. Now you know what I'm talking about. I mean, even with its weight, this feels light. The way they have managed the weight and the kind of acceleration, the kind of power it gets is phenomenal. It is such an enthusiast car. And then there's steering response, which feels light, easy at slow speeds, and when you catch some speed, then it feels firm. Overall, well directed, gives good feedback, and yeah, to me, it feels like you're seeing response of a sports car. So this car has got M badging, but there's one aspect which differentiates, or you feel that this is not the typical M which we're used to. The suspension part is very balanced, so in that case it's not on the rigid side. This helps you on uneven urban road surfaces, but at corners you feel that it could use some rigidity. BMW engineers have added one more party trick to this pack. The climax of this whole blockbuster, continuing with the theme of this story, is launch control. Now let's check out the launch control in this i5 M60. It's showing launch control active, 3, 2, 1 and go. Fantastic. You'd want to play with this feature all day long, but then you need to remember that the car is electric. Before we move to another feature which is an EV exclusive, let me tell you that the i5 M60 is fitted with an 83.9 kWh battery with a claimed tested range of 516 kilometers, which can take just about 4 hours to fully charge if you use a 22 kilowatt AC charger. And 11 kilowatt AC charger would double that time. It would take 30 minutes to charge up to 80% if you get hold of a 205 kilowatt DC charger. Since looks are subjective, so I'll express myself right away. I really like the way this car looks, the front especially. And I would request you to share your thoughts as well. How do you like this front look? Because this obviously feels very similar to the regular 5Cs, but at the same time, this doesn't give a typical electric vehicle vibe with this front grille design, which has lots of glossy black panel. Even with the sensor and camera, this looks very compact, sharp and aggressive. The way the bumpers are designed, then you have air dam and this set of headlamps which kind of feels hidden. And then you have the M badging. So M badging is sprinkled all over. If you look at this alloy, 20-inch alloy wheels plus red brake calipers, everything has M mention on the side. You have 5 mention here. And then there's a badge at the rear which announces the car you are following is M60. So a couple of M-specific elements welcome you in this car. For example, look at the highlight on the steering wheel. Makes it feel like a sports car. Then you have a boost pedal. Then you have the M badging on the steering wheel. Plus, you have M stitching. Overall, this feels sporty, compact, and then you have some physical buttons as well, so that's nice. I like it. This huge screen which is pretty responsive. If you look at the infotainment screen here, lots of features, the typical BMW iDrive functions over here. You have drive selector,
with auto hold and parking, and then you can adjust the volume or the track, or operate the infotainment screen via this physical rotary knob as well, which has a very nice looking glossy finish. But in case you are sitting in a chauffeur driven car, how does it feel? Let's take a look. Now the second row of i5 M60. So first thing first, if you're 6'3" like me, headroom might be an issue, but I think for average height, this headroom is okay. The back angle feels a bit too steep, so I'm not sure how comfortable it will be for long drives. But as far as knee room is concerned, even with my driving position, this gives you a decent amount of knee room and leg room. Thigh support could be better, and then again this also gets a central tunnel, which again, as we mentioned, electric cars don't have, but because of shared platform, you get this as well. And then you have a slot to, I guess, hook your tablet, iPad, and 2 Type-C points with the AC vent with climate control.
The BMW i5 M60 has left me captivated, yet a bit torn. Its intense, purposeful design, with just the right amount of gloss, cuts and creases, is matched by an engaging and exciting performance. It's well suited for urban settings as well. The performance makes a strong case for a self-driven experience, but Rs 1.19 CR price tag places it in a segment where second-row passengers expect luxury. While the second row is adequate and functional, it lacks the exclusivity one might anticipate. The range is sufficient, consistently hovering just below the 400km mark during our static and dynamic shoots. The i5 isn't a blockbuster weekend phenomenon. It's a captivating long-form series you enjoy on an OTT platform. A package which goes beyond the iconic sound and instantaneous talk discussion.
Well, it's time to take our final break here on the show, but don't go anywhere, because on the other side we tell you all about the new VLF tennis scooter, an electric one that has launched in the country.